was using it, but because I work with high level athletes, pro athletes, there's a huge trust factor. So I wanted to use the product and verify and make sure it worked like the claims said it did.
Sure.
So I was using it, but I still wasn't using it to its fullest potential. And then lo and behold, I had a client, a brand new client that suffered from severe sciatic pain. He had fallen out of a second story dorm when he was in college, like 12 years prior. And he never received any medical help. So he started coming to see me like, he may have been my client for about a week or so. And he had already been on very high level pain medications because of his situation. And so he says, Angelo, I'm feeling relief from what we're doing. And matter of fact, I do 4 different modalities in my business, and one of those 4 is LifeWave now. But he said, "Do you have anything stronger?" This was on a Tuesday, and I said, "Well, I had the Ice Wave, the Ice Wave patches, and I said, why don't we try this? Okay, this was on a Tuesday, and he came back on Thursday, and he said, Angelo, this is the first time in 12 years I've been able to sleep
12
because
years.
it
Wow.
relieved his pain, right? He goes, please, can I borrow some more? I just need to get through the weekend. I do public speaking, and I'll order my own. And so I go, sure. And so I gave him some more. He did order his own, but I got him on the phone with Claudia, since she was the expert at that time. And so she started giving him different combinations of the patches, and then the light bulb went on for me because at the time I had very severe issues from stenosis and in my lower back, and my next step was going to be surgery. So when she was telling him how to use the combination of patches, that's what I started doing and got relief. I would wear them because I was already wearing a 39, and then I started wearing the Eon and the Ice Wave, and that's every day I trained because I do very high level training. You know, you got to walk the walk when you're working with these elite guys, and you know, you need to be in just as good a shape. So I work on the recovery, but it's about you got to be walking the walk with them. So, anyways, lo and behold, it usually would take me probably about 10 minutes just to roll out of the bed because I was in so much pain. And then one morning, probably about anywhere from 4 to 6 months down the line, I just got out of the bed one morning, didn't no pain, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not feeling anything. I just got right up, and I know beyond a doubt it was from continuously using the X39, the Eon Ice Wave. I rarely, if at all, have to use Ice Wave anymore. And like I said, I had severe stenosis to the point where the surgeon was like, "That's going to be the next step." And for me, it's been, it kind of gave me a new lease on life. And uh, of course, I incorporated it into my business, and I recommend it to my athletes because I deal with athletes that are in phenomenal shape, but I also deal with guys that are coming out of surgery. Not to mention some of my regular clients. I have clients that deal with fibromyalgia, lupus, things like this, that I can recommend the modality to. So,
And Angela, that when you get someone out, like the first person you help, when someone's life changes like that, someone's life changes
right,
for the rest of
right.
their life to get out of that
Yeah,
pain because low back pain, sciatic pain is debilitating in every aspect of life.
right, right. And like I say, he was on very high dosages of pain meds already, so his body was used to that. And so, but like I say, he noticed a marked difference, from Tuesday to that Thursday, to the point where he wanted to get on the product himself.
So you treat high-level athletes as well as first responders and former military
Yeah,
veterans.
I have the gamut. I have the elite athletes. I have clients with chronic issues. I actually have when I first started. I've been here since 2017. Um, my main business is ozone sonotherapy. I'd also do PEMF, and so I had clients that were in treatment, like going through chemo, all of that, and they did their own research and came and found me. So again, after I incorporated the LifeWave patches, then I was able to add that to my quiver.
Right.
And I do, like I say, four basic things, and that's one of the main things. I These are the things that have been successful over the years, and we've had really good results, and we've built a reputation on that.
It's interesting. You help athletes either recover from something or you're enhancing their performance, and you used X39. I had a brain-based practice, and I used the patches in my protocols because of the results of the brain mapping study that was done showing all of those improvements. So I would be irresponsible if I didn't tell them about this thing that could help them. And just in the background of their life, you put it on. We treated people for Alzheimer's, dementia. They can put that little sticker on the back of their neck, just like your athletes can put it on the back of their neck. So it doesn't matter really what's going on. We don't say that we treat and cure things, but it's reactivating your body to do the things it should have been doing all along. Am I wrong? In your clinic, is they just you just teach them to put it right on the back of their neck, just like everybody else.
Yes, it's a very simple process. It's not something they have to go through all of these different protocols to do. Just as an example, my cousin who you mentioned earlier, we were on together. He's been in NFL he was a player for 10 years, uh, two Super Bowl rings, one as a player, one as a coach. And I've always worked with him throughout his career because he had a trust factor that usually whatever I turned him on to, it worked. He's always been, of course, very natural, not putting any kind of illegal.
Oh, you're muted for some reason.
I keep getting muted. Okay, so I don't know what I was just saying that you had my cousin on before with me, and I've worked with him throughout his NFL career. He played for about 10 years, and now he's an assistant head coach of the Chicago Bears. But he's always trusted me with my what I've turned him on to because he's always been very natural, not putting a lot of things in his body, and the things that we've worked with have always worked for him. So now with LifeWave, once he was turned on to that, not only did he use it on himself because he's like, Angela, I love to work out. That's my release. But he said, because of my years in the league, I hurt so bad afterwards. So we've got him on a protocol regimen, and LifeWave is part of that. He uses those religiously, especially the energy patches, because you know how coaches are in the NFL, they're nonstop, long
Oh yeah.
days, you name it. And then even with his players, like ever since he was coaching at Detroit, they would call me up a couple hours before the game. Hey, where do I put these patches? This player is having this issue, and I would tell them where, and they get through the game with no problems. So we
Wow.
know we know it works on that level. It works quickly. Usually that was Eon and Ice Wave. So those immediate issues. But the guys love the product, so I was able to benefit him in that way. And then the same thing with my personal clients that I have, on a daily or weekly basis.
Thank you for watching. And to learn more about this amazing technology, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.